players. There's hundreds of bodies around you, all wearing the same green tracksuit. You look down at your chest, 456. That's your name now. You don't remember getting here. You remember the van, the gas, and before that, the man in the subway who played you for a kid's game and handed you a card. You remember thinking it was a joke. You remember calling the number anyway. Because what else were you going to do? Your life is completely falling apart. So now you're here, standing in a line with 455 strangers who all made the same desperate phone call. A voice comes over the speakers. It explains the rules. You will play 6 games. Win and you get everything. Lose and you're eliminated. You think eliminated means sent home. The first game starts. A doll at the end of a field. Red light, green light, people run. People stop, and then people drop. Not like they tripped, like something hit them. The sound is sharp and flat, one after another. The screaming starts and you can't feel your legs, but you're still standing, eyes locked forward, and the grass is turning red around you. After they give you food, a boiled egg on a tray, you sit on your cot and your hands won't stop shaking. Someone across the room is praying. Someone else is already planning. Somewhere beneath you, behind a wall you'll never see, workers are building something. You hear it at night. Metal dragging across a floor. You tell yourself it's nothing, but it's not nothing. Recruiter. You're standing in a subway station holding a stack of envelopes and a case of DACG tiles. You look like the most harmless person in the building. You've been watching him for 20 minutes. The man by the ticket machine, patting his pockets, checking his phone. You already know. This is a man in debt. You walk up, offer him a game, and he loses. You tell him he can pay with his body. You slap him across the face and he barely flinches. That's how you know he's ready. A man who still has something to lose would have swung back. You hand him the card, smile again, and tell him to call the number if he wants a chance to change his life. Then you turn around and find the next one. There's never a shortage. You don't work inside the facility, you've never seen the games. You don't know what happens after they call. That's not your department. Your job is the front door. You find people who are so deep in the hole that a mysterious card from a stranger in a suit sounds like a reasonable option. The card has no name on it, just a number, a circle, a triangle, and a square. You hand dozens out a week. Most of them call circle guards. You're carrying a stack of cots down a hallway that never ends. Pink suit, pink mask, circle on the face. That circle means you're the bottom. You don't talk. Circle guards don't talk unless a triangle or a square asks you something directly. You move things. Cots, food trays, equipment, bodies. Whatever needs to go from one place to another, that's you. You carry, you clean, you keep your head down. Your back aches. There are dozens of you down here and none of you know each other's names. You don't remove your mask around other staff. You don't eat together. You sleep in a bunk behind a locked door and wake up when the intercom tells you to. You took this job because the alternative was worse. Maybe you were in debt too. Maybe you had nowhere to go. The pay is more than anything you make on the outside. A triangle guard walks past your station, gun on his hip. You step aside. You've seen what happens to circle guards who get curious. One went through a door he wasn't supposed to. You never saw him again. Tonight they have you hauling steel panels to the lower level. Heavy, industrial. You don't know what they're building down there, and you don't ask. You just carry what they tell you to carry and set it where they tell you to set it. The next game is in 8 hours. You've been told to prepare extra stretchers. Triangle guards. You're standing on a platform above the game floor. 60 players below you. They're running. Some are crying. The clock is ticking down, and when it hits 0, anyone still moving is yours. You fire, reload, and fire again. Triangle on your mask, gun on your hip. You are the teeth of this operation. Circles move things, and squares give orders, but you enforce. When a player breaks a rule, you step forward. When a game ends and the losers are still standing, you fix that. You don't know who these people are. You don't see their faces. Not really. They're numbers on green tracksuits. You stopped thinking of them as people somewhere around game 2. You had to, because the alternative is thinking about what you're doing, and that's a door you're not opening. You eat alone, sleep with the rifle next to your cot. You answer to the squares and they answer to the front man. The chain is clean. Orders come down, you carry them out. No questions, no hesitation. Hesitation gets you sent below the facility and nobody comes back from below. Today, a square pulled you off rotation, told you to report to the lower level. There's a new game space being built, the final one. They need armed personnel stationed at every entry point. You walk down a staircase you've never seen before. You don't know what the game is yet, but there are more guards here than any game before it. Square guards. You're watching the 12 screens at once. Square on your mask, you're the highest rank in pink. Triangles enforce, circles carry, you manage. You run the surveillance room. You make the announcements over the intercom. You decide which corridors get locked and when. When something goes wrong on the floor, the front man doesn't call a triangle. He calls you. You assign the teams for each game. How many triangles on the perimeter? How many circles on cleanup? Where the exits seal? Where the cameras point? The players think the games are random. They're not. Every angle is measured. Every second is timed. You've reviewed the schematics for each one weeks before the players ever wake up on that floor. The triangles are scared of you, and the circles won't make eye contact. Tonight you've been handed a new blueprint, the final game. You've never seen a layout like this. You start assigning teams. Officer. Usually, the squares report to you. The frontman reports to the people above. If a guard goes missing, you handle it. If a player finds something they shouldn't, you handle that too.